Here all of you are from different streams, but this topic is related with management, and management is a topic which is inseparable part of social science. That means in day-to-day life also we have to go through application of various management skills, techniques, management theories, and n number of things are there. Or even you can say that from the birth till the end of our life we have to use or we have to apply various management skills, and that is why this one neglected part but which is very much important in the life of organization, or even you can say that the success of organization is totally depending on use of this particular point, that is the delegation of authority. There are so many things regarding authority, there are so many things regarding how to delegate the authority, and that is why today we will discuss about some aspects of delegation of authority. Now first of all we will see about some different terminologies, that is the administration, second one that is the management, and how it is correlated with achievement of the organization goals. We are working in organization, but important thing is that we are living in family, we are living in society. So whatever our success in our family, whatever success in our society, same thing we have to apply in organization, and then only we can achieve our target or we have to achieve our goal. Now we will see about the difference between administration and management. The person who frames the policies, who sets some kind of vision, who think about the mission of any particular kind of venture, these persons are called as an administrator, and their work it is called as an administration. So important thing is that administration is related with vision, it is related with mission. It means the work of administration, it includes two different things: what to do in future, when to do in future, and sub part, that is the where to achieve. That means clear focus, clear designing of our venture, of our goal. It is decided by the administrator, and that is why it is clear cut that whatever we are working in any position, we are not related with the administration, because we can't set any kind of policy, because we can't set or we can't design any kind of vision or mission. Just we are trying to achieve the vision and mission which is set by someone. So second category it comes, that is the management. How to achieve, that is very much important. Someone says that these things you have to achieve, and that is why we have to work. That is how we can achieve in a very smart way. Management is not only of handling the situation, but management is related with tackling the situation wisely. There are so many solutions, just we have to find out the solutions, and we have to tackle the situation wisely by taking into consideration the output or the quality of work. That is very much important, because many times what happens, we are just focusing on completion of the work, but while we are completing the work, we have to work according to vision, we have to work according to mission, and our path, we have to work according to that vision and mission. That path process is called as a management. So management is basically related with achieving the goal by using various kinds of techniques as well as the things. Now another third aspect is that is the organizational goals. Family goals, social goals. Goal is related with working on a particular situation, working on a particular vision, working on a particular mission, and for or while achieving the goal. Again, there are two different things, two different concepts. First one, that is the distribution of work, and second one, that is the delegation of authority. There is a clear-cut line in between these two different things. That is distribution or division of work, and secondly that is the delegation of authority. Many times, usually we think that when we distribute the work, someone should complete that particular work, but for completing the work, it is a motivating factor that authorities in the limit of that particular work. Not it is related with assigning the work and providing so many authorities. But powers, authorities are inseparable part of achievement of any goal, achievement of individual goal, achievement of organizational goal. Here I have, we will discuss about authority. Authority, that is the power or right to give orders, make decisions and enforce obedience. It is related with discipline, it is related with issuing the orders, it is related with taking various kinds of decisions according to our level, and automatically it creates motivation, it creates discipline, and obviously we can achieve our goal, whatever this goal is assigned by our superior. That is very much important. When we want to work on any particular venture, we have to take various kinds of spontaneous decisions. And in bureaucracy, we can see that in bureaucracy, we can't take any kind of decision. We have to follow a particular chain which is very much lengthy. And if we want to achieve that particular goal within a given span of time, and if there is an absentee of any particular person who is going to take decision, then definitely it affects on completion of our work. So we have to delegate the authority in and any case. Now delegation, although it seems to be a simple process, but there are so many obstacles. There are so many obstacles. Delegation of authority means passing the authorities from one person to another person. That one person to another person, they are not working on a horizontal line. Passing from top to middle, middle to lower. In top also there are number of persons. In middle also there are number of persons, and in lower, that is executory level, there are also so many persons or employees who are working according to the achievement of the goal. So this passing should be very smooth, it should be very clear cut, and this should be very motivating, because in organization we have to create loyalty among the employees. And when it is possible, if those employees are motivated for completion of that particular work and only giving the orders, only dividing the work, it is not helpful that much to achieve any kind of goal or achieve any kind of target. You can see that this is the process of delegation of authority. Here you can see manager is there, that means the superior. That superior may be boss, may be CEO, may be top level, that is the entrepreneur, and their subordinates are there. Manager passes the responsibility, that is the distribution of work. And secondly, at the time of distribution of work, they are fixing their responsibility. And last one, the outcome of this responsibility and authority, that we can find again accountability goes to the court of manager, that is the superior, that is the boss or anyone. But usually in practical or in organizational life, what we see that responsibilities are given and accountability is fixed. What happens that responsibilities are given and accountability is fixed for subordinate, but there many times they are neglecting the factor, that is the authority. Because the person who assigns the work is always accountable. But in practical life, what we see, that responsibilities are given, division of work is given, and you are accountable for that particular thing. And this is the process of delegation of authority. These three aspects are very much important. One aspect, even if we neglect, then it affects on the quality of work, it affects on the output, what we want to achieve in future. So this process should be followed by each and every person who are assigning the work to subordinate or to the employees or the junior. Now in this process, there are so many obstacles, there are so many hurdles. Many times these hurdles are not from the part of superior, not from the part of boss, or not from the part of top level or middle level management, but these obstacles we can find out in between three different categories. One from the part of superior, one from the part of subordinate, that is the employees themselves, and one we can find out in the organizational setup, that means the structure. So first part we will see about the obstacles of delegation of authority from the part of the superior, the most important part. Traditionally, from traditional approach, it is found that many times superior are not ready to assign or to delegate the authority, because we think, normally each and every person think that I am the best, no one can do the job better than me. We are believing like that, and this is very normal thing. But in family, if we are not getting any authority, we become irritated, we become frustrated, and we start to believe that I am not able to do anything. So if it happens in family life, the family of say 4 person, 5 person, or even 6 person, if we are getting such kind of treatment, that powerless treatment, authorityless treatment, then definitely it suffers a lot and it affects on the family well-being. So in organization, many times it has been founded by research that superiors, they are having the ego problem. This ego is okay, but ego which affects on the motivation of another person or subordinate, then definitely it harms to the organizational environment. So first one, that is the lack of liberal attitude. Second one, desire of dominance, that if I am giving authority to this fellow, or if I am giving authority to another person, then I may lose the control. No one will ask me. So I will, there will be reduction in the importance given by the another person to me, inability to direct. Many times due to just experience in terms of numbers, many times promotions has been there, and obviously they are not able to direct subordinates in a right way, in a correct path, and again that is the lack of confidence. If I assign the work and if I say that you do that work according to your own choice, according to your own decision making, then I am feeling the inferiority complex. That is the lack of confidence. I don't have confidence on another person, I don't have trust on the another person, because I feel that only I have to work because I am the superior and I have to take the decisions. And last one, that is the absence of controls. If delegation has not done properly, it affects on the organizational success. So these obstacles, these hurdles, these are the normal hurdles. There are so many factors, but these are normally found in each and every organization, obstacles from the part of the superior. Then some obstacles are there from the part of subordinates. Subordinates, that means us. In middle level management, we are working as a subordinate. So if I am assigning the work to XYZ, that person may not be ready because they feel that others will laugh at me. If I am getting failure from that particular work, what others will say, and these some aspects we can say about the easier to depend on the boss. Just give me task, I will complete, I am happy because salary is already there in my account. I need not to take any kind of responsibility, I need not to show my creativity and each and everything, because last point is there, lack of proper incentive. Why should I work hard? Why should I devote to my organization? Because incentives are not there. This is the linkage between each and every aspect, which we can say that these are the obstacles. So easier to depend on the boss. You take your own decision. I don't want to get any headache. Just I will complete, and within 8 to 5, I am very much happy. And according to that 8 to 5 tendency, many times these subordinates, they are not ready to accept the authority though superior is ready to give. Second one, fear of criticism. We are social animal. हम जब गिरते भी है तो हम पहले हमें क्या लगा नहीं देखते कि किसी ने देखा तो नहीं, कोई हंस तो नहीं रहा है. That is the fear of criticism. The next one, that is the lack of information. If we want to be a responsible, we need to keep ourselves updated. It is very much challenging task because day by day the technology, the environment is changing rapidly, and that is why it is better just to work according to the work given, need not to take any responsibility, because again lack of proper incentive. These incentives are not only in monetary forms. These incentives are also in non-monetary form. Lack of appreciation, lack of any kind of reward, lack of promotional any kind of technique, and definitely it affects on the tendency of the employees or tendencies of the subordinate. Next one, that is the lack of self-confidence. मैं जॉब तो करने लगी हूँ, लेकिन मैं actually I am not able to work properly. We know that, and that lack of self-confidence, it is a big or very challenging obstacles from the part of the subordinate. And third one, that is the obstacles from the part of organization or organizational setup is like that, so that the employees or even subordinates, they are not ready to delegate the authority and accept the authority. These obstacles: defective organizational structure. From traditional till the date, organization is not ready to change the setup. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. They are not ready to change the work structure according to the talent, according to the quality, according to the output, but they just want to keep happy to some persons. So this is very important obstacle. Defective organizational structure, vague plans. हमें ये करना चाहिए, अभी 1 महीने के बाद हमें ये काम पूरा करना चाहिए. Just giving that order or declaring the thing or announcing the thing, they are not helpful for us, because how part is very much important. Only working on what part, we can't get any kind of success. So this is the about one aspect, that is the vague plans. Splintered authority and responsibility. Authority is there and responsibilities we can find in so many persons or with so many subordinates, and that is why it also affects on the smooth delegation of authority. Dual subordination. The persons are not getting clear-cut idea about from whom we have to accept the orders. This person or another person. So this dual subordination, dual control, we can find in various types of organizations and small and middle scale organization. And last one, that is the absence of effective control measure. Just passing the orders, but not taking proper feedback, not taking the results, and not taking the decisions according to the results. It creates a unhealthy environment in the organization. So organizational structure, it should be very healthy, not in terms of health means only physical health, but mental health is very much important. In short, many managers want to remain comfortable, making the same decisions they always made. They believe on, I am the only best person in this world, I know each and everything, I can take only decisions, others they have to just obey my orders. They don't want to risk, they don't want to take risk losing control of the situation or outcome. Often they don't want to risk of giving authority to subordinates in case of failure. What to do? That is very much important. That some smart techniques are there. What to do when we are there in a particular position where we can delegate the authority. So first one, select the right person for the job. That job is not related with appointment. Job is related with assigning the work. So select the right person for assigning the work. Delegate in early situation. When we hand over the work, at that time only we have to assign the authorities, we have to delegate the authorities. Communicate the rationale and benefit. What is the importance of a particular work. What are the benefits of that work to each and every person who is involved in the organization. Set clear goals and tell them about the expectations, because this healthy relations, it affects not in a positive way. Delegate the entire task to one person. Last one, delegate responsibility and authority. Provide support, guidance and instructions. Take personal interest in the progress of delegated tasks. If you are not satisfied with the progress, don't take the project back immediately. That you can't do. If that you can't do work, if someone hurts many times, then it affects on the loyalty of that particular subordinate. Evaluate and recognize the performance with different techniques, monetary, non-monetary. There are so many techniques that we can make happy to another person, we can motivate to another person. And the important thing, that solution, that is the be motivated. Motivation is the key of creating or generating the healthy environment, healthy atmosphere in everywhere. Family, society, organization, or in anywhere where we are working under one roof or working under a group. Motivation is the inseparable part of the process of delegation of authority. There are so many examples. Army works according to delegation of authority, and that is why it is working universally. Go in any country, the working of army is similar. We can find in economy, in farming, in cabinet ministry, and another example of proper effective delegation of an authority, that is the Uri film. Each and everyone, that means, knows about the so many situations in that particular surgical strike, so we can find out the effectiveness of delegation of authority. There are some 2-3 quotes. Delegation requires the willingness to pay for short-term failures in order to gain long-term competence. Second one, if you want to do a few small things right, do them yourself. And if you want to do great things and make a big impact, learn to delegate. The first rule of management is delegation. Don't try and do everything yourself because you can't. That is universal truth. Any person cannot do each and every task by his own, and that for that particular reason